So they understood the times and they knew what to do about it. Do you really understand the times you're living in? And do you know what to do about it? Okay, let me tell you what time it is. Romans 13 verse 11. Let's pick it up from there. This is big. Romans 13 and 11. Knowing the time, that it is high time. This is what time it is. To awake out of sleep. Somebody asleep. Okay, I'm going to say it again. He says, when you know the time, you know that now's not time to be in the bed. Now it's time to get up. Why? Wake out of your sleep. Why? For now our salvation is nearer than when we first believed. Yes. Oh, you listen. We are close. We are just in the vicinity of it. Okay, let me explain a couple of things because that sounds like a contradiction, right? Why would our salvation be close than when we first believed? I thought we were saved. Okay, if you have made Jesus of Nazareth the Lord of your life, you have three things going on right now. Number one, you were saved. Number two, you are being saved. And number three, you will be saved. Okay. We got to understand this because if you don't understand that, you won't rightly divide the word. You were saved. You are being saved. And you will be saved. Let me give you an even deeper concept so you can understand. Because you are a spirit, you possess a soul, and you live in a physical body. All three of those have to experience salvation. All of them have to experience salvation. When you got born again, you were saved. Your spirit was saved. It was regenerated, created anew. You're a new creature. It's something new. Somebody new moved on the inside. You were saved. That's called born again. You are being saved. The Bible calls that what? Renewing the mind. Now that your spirit is saved, now we got to save your soul. James wrote and said the engrafted word of God saves your soul. When the word of God takes over your mind and it takes root in you, it saves your soul, your mind, your will, your emotions, the way you think, the way you govern your life is now being saved because it's possible to be born again and still live like a sinner because you were saved but you're not being saved. That's why Paul said to Timothy in 1 Timothy chapter 2, you must be born again because God desires all men to be what? Saved. And after they are saved to what? Come to the knowledge of the truth. So you can be saved and still not come to the knowledge of the truth. Amen. Gone to church for 30 years, but you still haven't come to the knowledge of the truth. Because they didn't believe in teaching you the word. They believed in telling you stories. And while you think that's so cool because you felt great about the week, you were just saved. You're not being saved. How can you be so born again and still as mean as a rattlesnake? Some Christians are so mean, even Satanists say, wow, you guys are really mean. Okay, I mean, at least when we mess up, we get mad for 2 years, then we are friends again. I'm preaching better than you are, amen. Because you don't understand you were saved, but you're being saved. You're being saved. You must be saved every day. In other words, every day renew your mind. How do you think about it when people do you wrong? Do you still think like an unbeliever? What do you think about it when people talk about you? What do you think about it when you are rejected? How do you feel when things don't go your way? How do you respond when life doesn't give you what you expected? Are you still in despair like somebody who's not attached to the Spirit of God because your mind is subject to natural elements? Or are you connecting your mind to supernatural things, lifting you up? Now you got the mind of Christ so you can instruct the Lord. You're being saved. But then we're going to be saved. So we were saved. We're being saved. And we're going to get saved. We're going to get saved when immortality swallows up mortality. Oh, you'll leave me alone. I don't want to get into this. This is too big. We're going to be saved. Okay. You know, people say, well, if God said every human being has to die, how will people that, are alive when Jesus comes die if they're going to be raptured and taken up? I'm glad you asked that. That's because you're thinking in time and space. Time is slow. Time is ticking. But when you look at eternity, everything is all in the same space. In the twinkling of an eye, at the sound of that trumpet, you're going to do both things at the same time. You're going to die and be resurrected and put on a glorified body. in the same split second, and you start rising to be caught up with the Lord in the air. Come on, somebody, because the realm of the Spirit don't have to take 10 years. Supernatural things are happening in your life.